Here we go. Let's start that in 3, 2. Hello and welcome to Was It Good? We are talking about the last episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And needless to say, I, Ravi, and my two brothers, Christian and Arjuna, have thoughts. We don't have Mr. Michael producing, but never fear, dear listeners. We have Miss Lauren in the chair. You might know her from our live chat as Lauren WW.
Wow.
What does the WW stand for?
Her last name, which we're not going to say.
WWE? Like,
Oh, I thought it was worldwide.
wrestling? Worldwide wrestling.
Like Lauren Worldwide.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a show. It's like a Vegas show.
Mr. Worldwide? Pitbull?
yeah, exactly. It's like Pitbull. Like Lauren Worldwide.
Whatever happened to Pitbull?
You know,
He's bald.
Everyone
there.
thought he was going to appear in the Super Bowl halftime show with the one
That's
in
right.
Miami with J-Lo
Shakira,
and Shakira.
yeah.
And he
That's
never
right.
did. And I think that was the last time people thought
He
about
mentioned him.
Pitbull.
yeah.
The mention of Pitbull ended there.
Yeah, I think that was it for him.
Dang.
That was his last shot at redemption.
That's so weird.
It's not his last shot at redemption.
No, it is. I
Poor
think you're right.
Pitbull. Anyway, we're not talking Pitbull. We're talking about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
But do you guys think Pitbull watched The Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
Most likely.
I hope so.
I think he has kids, so I don't know why that's a prerequisite.
Yeah,
to
right,
watch
This
it.
is a children's show.
I mean, I don't have
yeah.
kids, and I watch it.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
I don't think
maybe.
a lot of
You
kids
call
do.
Megatron your son.
He is my son.
So
Yeah,
there
but
you go. You
he's
have a
not
kid.
interested. He's not interested.
Yeah, but not like in a legal sense.
Could be.
Anyway, we're really off topic here. Falcon Winter Soldier, tons of spoilers ahead as per normal, and we will probably spoil other things because that's what we do.
Star Wars. You've been warned.
Harry Potter.
But before we get into the nitty gritty of this episode, let's hear everyone's one-word impression, a word to describe either your viewing experience and or just your general thought or
Nice.
thoughts on the episode. Krishna, you look like you're ready to go. 'Cause
I'm
I'm
not.
definitely not, so
I'm
go
not,
ahead.
but it came to me. It's going to be in Jackie Chan's voice. Carter!
Kata?
Oh, I
Yeah,
see,
yeah,
I
yeah,
see
yeah.
it. I see
Why
it.
Carter?
So from Rush Hour,
Mm-hmm.
he screams at Chris Tucker's character, Carter,
Yes.
and in that voice. Honestly, that was... She was an intriguing part of this last episode.
You're referring to Sharon Carter.
Sharon Carter, yeah.
Agent Carter.
Agent
Do you think
Sharon
that was
Carter,
that
yeah.
was a direct reference to the ABC show Agent Carter? Anyone? No.
Nope, they're just putting the word
Not
agent in
really.
front of her last name, which is
Yeah.
Carter.
I just the left turn, the left field, her character. So remember how we earlier this season we were like Zemo is so different from
The
Civil
movie?
War.
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
so different. Like
Pivots.
what happened from Civil War until now? Like it doesn't make any sense. How we don't see, and with him at least, we got to see a little bit of the old him in subsequent episodes. Sharon Carter makes no sense. Like when we see her in,
She's not the only thing in this.
yeah.
I'll tell you that.
But honestly, it's the most bizarre. Like she was generally like a good person, right? When,
Very good person.
You know, when she was working with the CIA,
Right.
Like
kissed
she had
Captain
more.
America.
She kissed Captain America, right? You got to be pretty decent to be able to, to kiss that guy. I would assume. What? It doesn't make any sense. Not only is she like pure dang nasty evil now, she's like her whole character is totally different. Like she's walking with a swagger. She's just like, yeah, I don't care who we hurt anymore.
The world did me wrong.
Yeah, the world's done me wrong, and now I'm going to sell weapons to anyone who wants them. Like, what? What? Are we 5 years away? And what? Why?
I'm pretty sure she was also snapped out of existence.
That's what I was gonna ask,
so,
yeah.
Wait,
it's only
that makes even less sense. So she didn't exist for 5 years, came back and decided to be different in 6 months?
Well, so I think between Civil War and Infinity War, it's like 2 years, maybe.
Oh, okay.
So she had 2 years of the
2
world
years and
doing
6
her
months, 2.5 years.
So remember the big thing with her character is she helped, the illegals, right? The Team Captain America team.
Yes.
And they all ran away together. Like they had the camaraderie of each other, while she was left by herself for
her own devices.
for unknown reasons. Not entirely sure why she was just left alone.
Oh, isn't it obvious?
Why?
They forgot about her.
The characters and the writers.
Yeah, the characters, the writers.
Then
we
why did they just put her back in this because they remembered?
It's just so,
It's
it's on a
just so-
corporate level, right?
Sure.
It's like we have X amount of money to spend. on this show, right? And
We have to
you
use
want
it
to
up?
bring in contractors you're familiar with, right?
Contractors
in terms of
Wow,
to
wow.
work on this business stuff. So you're like, oh, okay, the actress who plays Sharon Carter, Emily Van Camp, I believe is her name. She's familiar with working in this stuff. She has a contract. Let's bring her back. And you know what? Her previous character, that didn't work. So we're going to make her the power broker because we clearly, as this finale proved to us, we don't have the budget to really go all the way, and make this a full-on great Marvel property. We've blown our budget. We've blown our money.
Absolutely.
So let's
clearly
just do
they
that.
blew
let's
it.
just have her be the power broker. There we go. That's
They
it.
used the entire budget, the special effects, the set stuff on the Zemo dance. That was where all the money went.
No, it all went in that Falcon, the first fight that was using all the marketing materials where people were like, whoa, this is movie quality fight in the show. And then you see all the other fight sequences and you're like, oh.
Yeah, you got to that.
It
got
was-
worse. It got worse. Which
Yeah,
is
it did.
That actually,
unbelievable.
but that ties in nicely to my one word impression, which is going to be low light.
That's 2 words.
Low light could be one
You
word.
could hyphen.
Or
We'll-
how about
we'll
this?
allow
Fine.
this.
Underexposed.
There you go.
There we
I
go.
like that.
So
That's a much better word.
part of the trouble with this episode was the lighting. The lighting during the action
Yeah.
sequences, it was very, very dark in certain points where I was like, I'm getting old, like most of us at this table. I'm getting old.
I'm not getting old.
My
I'm getting
eyes are not
younger.
what they used to be, sure. But like, it was the action sequence in New York City. By the way, we were Spider-Man. Was very, very
Hashtag where's
dark.
Spider-Man?
Like, it was difficult to see what was happening. Granted, the action sequences were not well thought out. Specifically, there were rando things such as Bucky on a phone call for some reason.
I think part of the reason it was at night was to hide quickness and the lack of everything going into these fight sequences. That's
Yeah.
my theory, at least. They're like, let's shoot it in dark so you don't really understand what's going on.
it was also just boring. It got to the point after once you had seen the Falcon as Captain America in his new getup and outfit, and he started fighting Batroc.
Batman.
Once he started fighting, then it got incredibly boring, very, very fast to the point where I was like, cool, just hurry up and get over this dumb fight sequence. And then when U.S. Agent shows up with his flimsy shield, that was
His Costco shield.
his Costco shield. And then Arjuna, you were talking about this just before. I believe this will now become an infamous thing with the show where, Sam throws the shield, a shield made out of vibranium.
Fucking
A
vibranium.
shield that, if it hits you hard enough, can knock you out. If you throw it hard enough, can break concrete, can stick in the wall.
It can decapitate humans.
But for some reason, a plastic chair stopped it.
IKEA chair. IKEA probably made plastic chair. Can stop a vibranium
I think
shield.
that just goes to the high quality of the IKEA products. I don't see the problem here. We all shop at IKEA, okay? IKEA, you should sponsor us. Since your chairs can stop vibranium.
Arjuna, what's your one-word impression?
my one word is on.
On.
Yes, because there was an amazing
O-N?
song. There was an amazing
Oh,
song that
okay.
played as the show ended. It went into the credits. It's called "On and On" by Curtis Harding.
Mhm.
Great song. Listen to it all day. Easily the best part of the entire show.
The entire show.
Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
That's all I gotta say. I'm done. I'm walking out. That's it.
I'll say this: the song is definitely good.
It's a banger.
But I would say the one redeeming thing, like I wouldn't say it's the best thing.
I mean, there's other things.
Yeah, I actually, and let's get into it
Carter.
real quick. The best things in terms of this show has to be the Sam Wilson standing up for what's right and giving these, traditional superhero type monologues, but they are grounded in actual reality, which is awesome. Well, reality in terms of the real world, but then it's also tying in this MCU world and then also referencing, Thanos. There's that, line I'm paraphrasing where he's like, you have the same kind of power essentially as
To move 50%.
50% of the world. Like you have that level of power. And that was to me like my favorite part and the most interesting part of this finale.
The greatest sin of this show was not focusing on Sam and Bucky. And the show was great when it did, and it focused on Isaiah and the themes of character and identity and race within the country.
mental health,
all that type of stuff. All of those things were actually interesting, new, and unique.
Right.
When they fell back into the old boring-ass MCU tropes of the Flag Smashers and John Walker is the new Cap.
Oh, I like John Walker.
And who is the Power Broker?
And Zemo.
And even Zemo. Zemo was somewhat interesting, but ultimately unnecessary for this show. And they just did that classic, like, overstuff the shit out of this. And just add in as many things as you can. The Spider-Man 3 effect, as I like to call it, right? Yeah. Spider-Man 3 changed superhero movies and properties forever because they're like, we can just throw in anything we want and it'll work. People will buy tickets. It'll work.
Think about all the merchandise,
exactly.
right?
And like that's honestly the problem with the show. If they had just the title did it for them. That was what they had to focus on. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. But they did Falcon and the Winter Soldier and John Walker and Zemo and Carly and the Flag Smashers
and Wakanda
and so and on and on and on. And I think, not to spoil how I feel about it, but that's where the show went.
I think we know how you feel.
Yeah, I think when we asked that question at the very end, was it good? I think we all know already Arjuna's answer, and I will be shocked
It'll be a definite yes
if it changes. If it changes,
This is the greatest MCU property of all time.
Go to hell. As always, Arjuna spends hours and hours creating what we call the Arjuna DVD chapter listing.
Oh, yeah.
And as always, we have Krishna recite this chapter listing in a voice that I figure out on the spot. But today, I'm changing it up.
Oh, thank God.
Because
I can read it in my own voice.
No, your voice is terrible. That's why I do this bit. I already kind of predetermined the voice, and it's going to be you reading this chapter listing as John Walker.
What?
John Walker? As he is building his new shield.
Why are you making me do this?
I can fly! Storm the Capitol! Captain Great Value! A Short Night! Power Carter! I don't know why it's Boston all of a sudden. I am Captain America! Dead Smashers! Carl Lumbly's scene for an Emmy! Best song ever! Sharon sucks! I'm back, baby! You should have added that for John Walker. I'm back, baby! Remember, that's his line. He's like, yeah! I'm like, I'm back in black, yeah!
That scene was so bad to me, I didn't even put it down.
He was just like, yeah!
Do you think, because I was watching that scene, and I truly believe this, I think they just said action, shot it once, and then called it a day.
Well, you can tell that they only had Julia Louis-Dreyfus
for a day.
Minutes, because it makes no sense that that scene is in the same like courtroom that they just appeared in, right? Like, why would he be back in that same courtroom?
Well, I looked at it
before.
Well,
like, it makes no sense.
I also looked at it as her organization is tied into some senator, some government, whatever. So I think, and his over the top acting of I'm back, baby. I'm back, baby. I think he's part of some government agency again.
I would assume for his actions, they probably gave him some kind of pardon.
He's part of the
Shannon was the public pardon.
He was dishonorably. He was dishonorably discharged.
Yeah, and they probably either rescinded that or they're gonna keep him undercover. Yeah, he came in and helped stop the terrorists.
Why was Bucky and Sam okay with this
murdering
psycho?
I hated the pat on the back which he gave to Bucky, like, hey man, we're pals now. We're pals. And then he gave, and then him and Sam do a little nod, like, hey, we're cool now.
We're cool. I killed someone.
I killed a guy. I tried to kill you guys, but hey,
we're cool.
Cool now.
Yeah, I'm confused. The last time we see John Walker in episode 5, what's happening? He's building his shield.
And before that, he was beating the shit out of Sam and Bucky.
So is it just because he came and tried to save the bus and that everything's cool now?
Yeah, because he decided not to kill Carly and then save the bus. And then when he could have killed the Flag Smashers, he let the police take them away. So now he's a hero.
But Sharon Carter killing Carly.
Okay, how does no one put together that she's bad? I don't understand it.
Yeah,
because
Sam
she
and Bucky
shot Carly before she could tell them.
So
duh.
stupid.
She's like, I gotta kill him. Pow, pow,
But,
pow,
but
pow.
even Sam is like, what do you mean? How did you take that guy down? Like, there's like, they're even sowing like seeds of doubt in our character's mind, but they're like, you know what? It's fine.
Yeah,
It's fine.
With mercury that can melt your head. I'm like, where did this come
Melts
from?
your face off.
I'm like, Sharon has gone from
Like, aren't they gonna-
lovable CIA agent to full on like psychotic supervillain, running around
because-
with weapon grade mercury
because-
vapor
because Cap didn't take her with him.
because she didn't get to go on vacation.
Oh, because he kissed her and then he ghosted her.
So like, is this the ultimate like
Fuck you.
essentially?
I agree.
I think so.
I think it is. Yeah.
think it is.
She's like, what can I do to shit all over Captain America's legacy? Because he left me. He left me
He left me for my aunt.
for her for her aunt, for my aunt. Whatever. Anyways, I hope you liked the DVD chapter listing that
It was not your best.
It's never.
But was it my best?
No, it's never
It
your
was
best.
my best.
So
I spent 3 hours.
the biggest thing with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, it has been confirmed by multiple sources
Wow.
that there's no The Falcon and the Winter Soldier season 2.
retired.
because
The
he's now
Untitled-
Captain America. Because the Untitled said Captain America and the Winter Soldier, which is also the biggest fuck you to Bucky, right? Because Falcon goes from Captain America. This is very much also about like Bucky no longer being the Winter Soldier, like being done with that moniker. Yet they still reference him in the title
As the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
That's actually
he can't.
hilarious.
He'll never be White Wolf. He's not good enough.
How does that Captain America and White Wolf sounds so weird?
Captain America and White Wolf.
You could call them
I think
Wolfie.
I think it sounds great.
Who are you, Captain Falcon? Captain
Oh, when they said Captain Falcon, that was pretty.
That was
funny.
great.
That was pretty funny.
Wait, Black Falcon. That old guy was hilarious. It's like, oh, Black Falcon. It's like, no, man. It's Captain America. Oh. Best part of that whole thing. Because the rest of it
What
wasn't
do we
good.
think of the suit?
I loved it. I actually thought the suit was cool. I like it.
I think they got to do some revisions. I
It-
think they went. They it's straight up from the comic books, right? It's
Straight up,
it's from that, and
What did you like about it?
I just don't like the.
Not enough red.
I don't like the helmet, like the whole like neck helmet.
He
like,
looks
white
stiff.
fi- Yeah, and like it doesn't. It's just like it kind of reminds me of like the first Captain America a little bit, where his suit's kind of like loose, and even like John Walker's Captain America, like his like cheap ass suit where it's kind of like plasticky and feels it just doesn't like fit right. I don't know. The Captain America suits are hard because the only good one is the one from Winter Soldier.
So fun fact.
the like blue black one.
So fun
That's
fact,
the
the
best
Winter Soldier Captain America uniform, the chest piece on Falcon's Captain America suit
Same one?
is similar star, and then chest piece design.
It's too many
The big
colors.
difference though is obviously the color design, but then on Captain America's one, it's 3 stripes,
Yeah.
and then on Falcon's it's 2 stripes.
Interesting.
Rank? No, not for rank. So what I was reading online is the theory is there's a flight formation for Air Force. When there are fallen soldiers, you do the triangle formation flight, but with one jet missing, which is in honor of like fallen soldiers.
Right.
So the thinking is
like 3 and 2. Or
he went from 3 to 2. The missing soldier obviously would be Steve Rogers as Captain America.
wow. That's like super in depth.
It's a theory.
It's a
I don't
cool-
know
it's
if
a
it's like a
cool-
legit thing.
Yeah,
but
if it's true, it's a cool,
pretty cool
it's a
thing.
nod. Yeah.
But yeah, I think with all of the Marvel costumes, each movie they do get a little bit better. So
Usually,
usually they'll get better. So I'm sure there'll be a revision.
yeah, I liked it. I thought it looked cool. I wish it was more shiny because it's from Wakanda, so it looked more like
Yeah, why is
vibranium.
Wakanda making
Because they
Captain
need a new
America?
Tony Stark. Because Tony Stark's dead. So you need somebody. They're introducing now the idea like maybe Wakanda is going to be like the new.
So Wakanda's like Mark Hamill's character from Invincible.
Well, maybe like if they do like an Avengers, if they do another team up, right?
Right.
They need like some type of benefactor, that gives them the supplies and the training space and whatever. And now
Now that Tony
I
Stark's
feel like
dead,
they're trying to maybe set up Wakanda as that thing, especially because like Wakanda is now
international.
like international. People know about it. It's like
Yep.
the richest country on the planet. You know what I'm saying? So like makes sense to use Wakanda that way. I just thought the suit was too colorful. Like I thought there was just too much white on it, and like I don't know, it just didn't. I
wish it was
just-
more blue.
What I really liked about the suit was like the wings and how they retracted in, and they weren't just like
Out
These
out
big
there.
pieces, yeah.
exactly.
That was cool. And there's also
wish the
two.
CGI had
and
been
he has
better
the
on
two
that.
He has
little
two drones.
Two drones.
He
now,
has
which is
two.
cool.
He has two Red Wings now.
Yeah.
It's going to be Attack of the Drones. That's
Oh, it should have been 3. One could be Blue Wing, Red Wing, and White Wing.
and Yellow Falcon.
I'm the Yellow Falcon. Okay, Black Falcon. Oh my god.
Good old Key and Peele sketch.
Yep. Key and Peele.
So, final episode dropped today. Hollywood is it Hollywood Reporter that dropped the news?
I believe so.
That-
THR.
THR drops the news that Captain America 4 is in the works.
Oh shit.
And all we know
It's nothing.
is
The
that
lead
there are
writer
some
is
writers.
the showrunner of this show,
Yeah.
which, depending on how
Uh-oh.
you felt about this show, could be good or bad.
Yeah, you remember that scene, Michael Scott from The Office?
Yeah, exactly.
that's,
Do you think the Russo brothers return to direct
No.
Captain America
I
4?
don't think so.
Which just sucks because that makes me nervous, very nervous for what that looks like. Because
Well, if Sam, if Sam is the lead character, it should be a black director, right? Like
Mhm.
I think you need someone to, especially if they continue the themes, the important and powerful themes in this type of show, and that continues into the movie. I think it's important that you have somebody who can at least articulate and know those types of stories. Now, who
Yeah.
that director is, I don't know.
Kendrick Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar's a director?
No, he's not. But I feel like it would be fascinating to watch Kendrick Lamar direct something.
Why?
Just like his music taste and because he does work obviously with directors for his music videos in terms of like the visual style and all
you
that
like
fun
that
stuff. And I like that style. I don't know.
Then get the director for his music videos.
Okay,
Yeah,
do that then.
Not him. Do
Either way, I think that would be fun. That'd be cool.
you think they'll ever do a Marvel superhero musical?
Yes.
Really?
I'm sure like some weird stage production group has done it.
I mean, the
Yeah,
Spider-Man on Ice, right?
That was a thing.
No,
at one
no,
point.
but I'm talking about like a theatrical, like it's just a full on. I don't know how you would explain it, but there's some villain who makes them have to like dance off.
There was a Spider-Man musical that had issue after issue and like deaths on like set.
that's
and
dark.
stuff.
Jeez.
It's
Holy shit! That sounds like the
on
thing we need to see.
Broadway- on Broadway a couple years ago. It went dark.
Oh
after
wow!
Wow.
Oh shit! Damn.
Well, it's not really a musical,
So it's
but
cursed.
James Gunn teased out a picture today
yeah, I don't like
of a Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special.
Well,
Holiday-
we knew
holiday
about that.
special.
Holiday
That was-
special.
That was announced a while back.
Right, but
I never heard about
But
it.
to Christian's point,
We
though, there
talked
could be
about it
musical
on this
elements in there, like
Should be.
sing-alongs.
If it's a holiday, yeah.
Yeah, there could be some.
Get,
singing.
get Adam Sandler. To,
How did we get to this? Oh, because I said Kendrick Lamar should direct.
Kendrick Lamar and then music?
There we go. Anyway, it'll be interesting.
How did we get here?
Captain America 4 will definitely be an interesting film.
When's it coming out?
All TBD.
All TBD. We do have a section I put later in the podcast for our bold predictions for Captain America 4.
I think a lot happens in the next few property.
No,
that determines-
everything exists on an island.
Oh, okay. In a vacuum.
Yeah,
In
the
a
MCU's decided
big-
they should do the DC formula, and every movie should ignore the next movie.
That's not how Marvel works.
Yeah, but they want to do something different.
Just all of a sudden.
They want to see
30
how bad
movies
they
in?
can do it and still be successful.
Okay.
They probably could do it for a while.
They probably got a good 4 property.
They have a large
leeway.
They have a large
There's the
cache
leeway.
of
Maybe
like,
3. Maybe
built
3.
up fan goodwill.
But
I
maybe
feel
3. If
like.
you have 3 in a row, I think
They're
you
all
would turn
bad.
away a lot. Enough
I feel like
to
you just
swing sales.
Then you just announce Iron Man 4 and you got them all back. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's what, they have so many things they could do to fix the ships. Or
Robbie
anything.
Downey Jr.'s back.
Yeah, exactly. If they're like, all right, oh god, okay, pay him $1 billion for the movie,
Which was what
we'll
it
do
would
it.
take. And he would take it. He'd be
You
like,
know?
you know what?
He would
I
do
am
it for
Iron
half
Man.
a billion.
Yeah.
$500,000. I'm like, that's what he did the first one for.
Yeah.
That's crazy. How much he's made off of these
I
things?
think it was like $500,000 for the first Iron Man, and Endgame he made $75 million.
good for
That's a
him.
hell of a pay rise.
So, Winter Soldier, we see him for some reason give away the one one materialistic thing that he has still from Steve, the notebook. He decides to give it to his therapist after crossing all the names off. And obviously
That means he doesn't have to hold on to Steve anymore. He can let him go.
Oh, that's how you looked at it. I looked at it more that he's
forgot where that
becoming a
notebook came
he was becoming a minimalist and just wanted to get rid of shit.
Oh yeah. Well, he's getting rid of friends.
Yep.
He's getting rid of family. He's getting rid of notebooks.
Well, the notebook always represents a link to the past, right?
Right.
So in Captain America and the Winter Soldier, it's his linking from the past to the future for for Bucky, it was very much like his link to the past and all the mistakes he made as the Winter Soldier. So I feel like both of them moving on from those books is like them moving on from these man out of time type of tropes and like now going fully ahead into whatever is next. Which is why I think the Winter Soldier, like in the title card thing, is such a diss, because it's like they perfectly set it up where he's like finally like in every single way moved on from the Winter Soldier moniker, and they're just like, Captain America.
He is the Winter Soldier.
But I guess the problem though is the Winter Soldier, from like a marketing standpoint, the Winter Soldier is way cooler and way more interesting than White Wolf.
But why couldn't he get like a new thing, like a new name? Just put it tied to a different season. You become the Summer Soldier.
The Summer Sergeant.
Or the Summer
Sergeant
or
here.
Sergeant Summer.
Sergeant Summer.
Yeah, he's Sergeant Summer.
Sergeant Summer reporting for duty.
Yeah, instead of killing people, or beating them up with his arm, he like hands
flowers.
out pamphlets and flowers. Yeah. It's like, listen.
Grows out his hair, becomes a full-on
he did have
hippie.
long hair. He did have long hair.
There you go.
Yeah, but he'll go like, he won't bathe and he'll smokes a joint all the time. I think it does acid.
So in terms of
full-on creature of the 70s.
in terms of like next steps for him.
I don't know how much
Sergeant
there is
Summer.
left for this character. I feel like this next step is death.
No.
Wow.
No. He's got.
He can't have a normal life and just retire.
No, not in. I feel like Marvel.
He's gonna
doesn't
go
do
to
that.
another war.
Marvel doesn't do that. Marvel doesn't. I feel like you don't get happy endings, or you get happy endings, but if you come back after that happy ending, it's to die.
Do you know what they should do with Bucky? They should make him a true, not like a time traveler, but he should somehow go into the dark and wake up 200 years later. And you tell the stories with him is that he just keeps getting zipped through time, and he's got to deal with being this displaced figure with still some trauma from World War II.
Isn't that what Loki is?
Oh yeah, Loki might already be doing that.
Yeah, you can't have two of those.
Loki is the MCU's version of Doctor Who.
Fuck.
All right,
Bucky's-
are they gonna play the
Bucky's
same
done.
music?
Kill him. I did my best.
Really? I think there's still more to tell.
He needed to become the Winter Soldier again, as in the bad Winter Soldier. And I thought for a moment, when he got into the car with Sharon Carter, evil Sharon Carter at the end, that, oh man, maybe she's going to turn him or reactivate him. What if there's another secret code that you can use to reactivate the Winter Soldier to become, the Autumn Devil or something? I don't know.
Where are these names coming from? Sergeant Summer,
season.
Autumn Devil.
Pick a season and then pick a
What's
cool
spring? What's
moniker.
the spring one? Go. You've got all of them.
Yeah, the spring.
General Spring.
Oh, that's easy. That's easy. Spring chicken.
Spring chicken? That doesn't work.
Captain Falcon and the spring chicken. Actually, it does because he's super old. He's super old, but he's still got he's still like a spring chicken.
After this
He ain't
podcast,
no spring chicken
I'm going
no
to
more.
give you my iPad, and you're going to draw all these costumes for him.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I guess what they
Nice.
could do with him is if he becomes more of a leader and like has a leadership role or a mentor role. Like
That would
for-
be cool.
What
for
the fuck
younger-
is
for
this,
younger
corporate
characters.
America?
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Yes.
mean, kind of. Like if you think about
This is a
Super,
corporate
like, that's-
property.
It's all about like the arcs.
So,
of these characters
Bucky,
and what they can do
Bucky,
next.
you've gone from one battle to the next. We need to figure out where we can place you. We're thinking middle management.
But I mean, that's the thing, right? These movies ultimately are about fighting, good versus evil and fighting battles. Like they're not going to just have him be like, "I'm a lawyer now, and it's a courtroom drama."
Yes.
I would watch the hell out of
Yes,
that.
that sounds
maybe
more
what-
interesting.
I mean, that's maybe what She-Hulk could be, right? Because
She is a lawyer.
She is a lawyer, so
Yeah.
they actually could have courtroom drama with that. But I just for
Wait,
Bucky,
she is?
Well, for Bucky though, he's a soldier, right? Like
Yeah.
he was a soldier. He's been a fighter.
Now he can be a boatman with
with
Yeah, I mean, that's
with
fine. He
Sam's
can-
sister, Sarah.
He can exist, but like then, but I
he
just
can
think,
exist. Wow.
but I'm just saying it doesn't make sense then necessarily to include him in future movies and TV shows unless he's, what his role can either be he's in there again, fighting battles or mentoring people. But I don't know, like in terms of like him being a leading guy, how much more story there is for him to tell. There's much more to tell with Sam than there is with Bucky. Like,
Well, I think the two still go hand in hand,
sure,
right? I
They're
don't
friends.
think
They're
like
best friends.
like exactly
Slash
the best
lovers.
friends. So Captain America 4, I'm sure Bucky will be in it.
And he'll
Maybe
die.
this is the end of Bucky, and this is where he dies.
Yeah.
Arjun gets his weird fucked up wish. I don't know.
John Walker will die.
No,
John Walker's got a
he's
long
got a lot.
part
He's
to
got a lot of
play.
people to piss off. A lot of fans to
It'd be great.
do write-in letters to
It'd
Marvel.
be great, right? They set him up and then like they just because he's
Yeah.
he just dies in the first 10 minutes of whatever the next thing he said.
Do you remember? Oh man, do you remember Crossbones?
Yeah, that's what they did to
He's
Crossbones.
gonna get a Crossbones.
That's what they
They're
did
gonna
to
set him up
Crossbones.
to be this thing, and then in the first 5 minutes of Captain
Bye.
America 4, he'll be killed by Wanda.
I mean, it could be that type of thing, right? If you think of it like this is a TV show and you're jumping up to movie, it's like, well, you were the TV villain, but you're not strong enough to be the movie villain. Dead.
Is Batroc dead, by the way? George St. Pierre?
Did
he get shot?
I mean, again, according to the confusion of how those scenes are presented, I would say he is, because Sharon would have to kill him and Carly because they both knew that she was the power broker.
Sure. She shot him though, like in the head.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the head or the chest or what, but
I thought it was.
I'm pretty sure she's dead. Yeah,
I assume he's dead.
Yeah,
she's story wise, it wouldn't make sense for her secret to still be a secret if he was alive.
Yeah, so he's gone.
Because if he wasn't dead, he'd be in custody, and if he's in custody, he could drop like, "Hey, that American woman, she's the power broker. I want immunity."
Yep.
Quick question. After the remaining flag smashers are killed in the car bombing.
Oh, because of Zemo's butler?
Who? Yeah, is that Zemo's butler?
That's Zemo's butler.
Who's the old guy in the car?
It took me a minute, but then I was like,
butler,
okay,
right. That would explain why they cut to Zemo.
Right, cut to Zemo. Like, oh, it's his butler that they had in that one scene.
I like how it's just a quick, tidy bye-bye. Because remember, my big bold prediction was that the Flag Smashers are going to end up in the raft with Zemo.
You were close.
But Zemo stopped that.
Zemo stopped
Zemo did kill... He didn't kill Carly, but he killed the rest of them. So, indirectly.
He's got a real problem for super soldiers.
Yes. It's kind of too... It's interesting because I feel like Marvel doesn't, at least with their villains and the type of elements they introduce, they always kind of extend them so there's consequences. But it feels like the super soldier stuff was too neatly wrapped up. Like, nobody got it, or there's no like more super soldier serum kind of running out there because the scientist who
he's gone,
is dead, and all the vials were destroyed, and all the people but John Walker who got it are dead. So I guess John Walker is the outlier, right? Is the consequence of it. But it felt like there would be more, I guess, to it.
Yeah.
So speaking of John Walker, most interesting character development of the season. Just kidding. No, he's not. So now he's officially wearing his U.S. agent moniker.
His get up.
His look at me, yippee. What do we think? What's his future going to be? Do you think he's going to be part of Captain America 4, or is he going to get spun off into, I don't know, maybe he shows up. What's the one with War Machine?
Oh, Iron Wars.
The Iron Wars, maybe, or Thunderbolt, or one of those many other.
War Machine Wars? I forget what it's called.
Armor Wars.
Armor Wars.
Yeah.
Ironheart.
And then Ironheart is another show that's coming out, too.
Yeah.
So.
There's a lot of.
So he's coming up, but do we think he's going to go up on a big screen?
He'll appear, I think.
I mean, Wyatt Russell's a big name, right?
Yeah.
I mean, his daddy's a big name.
Wow. No, why is carving out his own little space? Yeah, he'll appear, I think. I don't think he's going to get, like, major screen time, like a la Crossbones.
Yeah, I think it depends on whatever direction Captain America 4 takes, right? Because they certainly have threads where it could be, an espionage type thing where it's Sam and Bucky versing off against the power broker, right? Is that what that's directly setting up to?
I hope not.
Is it more about what Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character Val? Like her setting up this Thunderbolts team or is it something else? Is it which is probably the most likely because Kevin Feige has stated that he doesn't want it to be where you have to watch every single movie and every single show to like lead into it. So I think having them face something new is the easiest than being like, here is the new Captain America U.S. agent, and here is the power broker. Like they might be small elements or even introductory elements, but I don't think it's like the crux of it all.
Yeah, we'll see.
Who knows?
Yeah,
maybe it's Sam as the captain, like forming his new a new Avengers team, like of non-superpowered people, because he's not superpowered, right? He's just a guy.
That's true.
Even though he could lift up a bus.
Well, that's because of his wings
and
the rockets and the little Falcons.
It gives him the superpower.
The red wings.
The red wings.
So probably the worst part, I think, of the entire show was the Flag Smashers.
The Dead Smashers. Because they're dead.
Oh, are you saying? I'm reading the outline here. Are they the all-time worst MCU villains?
Dark Elves?
What? No. Dark Elves were kind of cool.
The Chitauri.
No, Chitauri were also cool. I think... Well, who's the villain in Iron Man 3? I only say that because I
Mando?
don't
It's not
remember.
Oh, it's Guy Pearce's character.
Yeah, that was the worst
Alden-
villain of all time because it's so
Alden
not
whatever.
memorable. Flag Smashers are going to go down for being memorable because the actress that played Carly, I think she did a good job given what she was given.
Yeah.
I don't think the Flag Smashers as a villain necessarily made a whole lot of sense.
Cool concept.
Yeah, I thought.
Cool concept. Horrible execution.
Yeah. I thought the motivation behind them was cool because honestly, it's the first one that MCU has given that is like kind of believable. It's like, yeah, a bunch of people displaced. They feel like they have equal right to the places that were, if you think about in today's world, like, refugees moving from country to country, a lot of those people don't have places to go, right? And they just keep getting shuttled back and forth. It's a real issue. So I didn't hate them. I didn't hate the motivation, but I do agree, like, the execution was a little bit strange.
The fact that, like, if you think about time spent, right? We got 6 hours with the Flag Smashers.
Well,
give or take, right? But we got a lot of screen time with these people, and they didn't utilize that time really well. Versus, like, if you go to the movies, right? If you look at if you look at Killmonger in Black Panther, right? Significantly less screen time, way more impact. Like, they just never could find that balance, I feel like, with this group to make them truly impactful and, like, really understand where they're coming from, especially these last 2 episodes. Like, Carly in particular just became like, I will kill for my movement. That's it.
I'll die for my movement.
You're going to hate this. You know what the Flag Smashers needed? They needed flashbacks to during the blip.
No, I don't disagree with. There was a lot of this show.
You hate that you have to say that.
But a lot of this show would have
But it's true.
benefited from some of that show.
To
don't
build
tell.
up. Yeah,
like, even like Isaiah's character, like, it would have been cool to get like a flashback scene of him like in action when he was young
or in prison.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it was interesting that this show didn't utilize any of those flashbacks because WandaVision did, right? WandaVision did have.
It had so episode 4 starts out with
The Monica
Monica's
stuff.
flashback, which helped because it set her up. You got to understand her perspective a lot better.
Even Wanda got a whole episode where she got to
when she
travel
was going
through her
her
memories.
Yeah, exactly.
So this show would have benefited from that, but it was interesting they decided to forego just straight up exposition dump and tell you.
Yeah.
Show you.
Honestly, they probably did that because, and you're gonna laugh, because the show is called The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Yeah. So they were like, we don't want to develop these other characters to the point where we show their backs.
But then
even though it would have made it better.
Yeah, but WandaVision is about Wanda and Vision, but we got a whole good chunk of info about Monica. So
and it helped
totally
the show.
agree.
It ultimately helped.
Yeah.
That helped that show.
Yeah.
Now, I guess we do have to be, somewhat fair because the show was in, I believe, pre-production, production, then obviously post-production, all throughout COVID. There were issues. I'm not sure if it's been confirmed, but there are rumors there are rumors circulating that there was an entire plot around
a vaccine,
and
like a disease, right?
A disease.
Yeah. In
Yeah.
the episode 2 when they first appear, they're getting medicine or something, and so that was allegedly a whole cut subplot. I also wonder. I don't know about you guys, but with the whole GRC and then like the evacuation of like government officials, it reminded me of the January like insurrection. And the like storming of the Capitol. And I was like, did they water this down? Like, was there more to this, and they had to water it down because of what happened?
I'm gonna assume yes.
That's what I would
because
it feels like there's missing chunks.
Yeah.
Certainly, like especially in the finale, and then also with the Flag Smashers in general.
I wouldn't be surprised if next week we start seeing articles pop up that because if you look at like social media, the 16 hours or however long it's been that the show has been out, a lot of people feel somewhat similar, where the action feels very disjointed, kind of just not what you're accustomed to when it comes to like a Marvel property. So I do believe maybe there has been a lot of kind of not reshoots, but just re-edits and recuts to not make it feel like what happened in real life you're seeing again on a television show. So, interesting stuff. Moving through this gigantic outline. We saved the best talking point, I think, for last, which is Isaiah Bradley's character. overall, again, similar to like Sam's speeches, Isaiah Bradley's character and what we got and saw there was again my favorite part of the show because it made it feel something different from MCU. Felt grounded. And obviously, with his character, it ends with him actually getting a piece of his history told in the Smithsonian in the Captain America exhibit.
Is the Smithsonian like the most revisited set piece in the MCU?
Probably.
It's been like seen so many times. They just go to the Smithsonian. They're like, hey.
Fun fact, it's real. No, I'm kidding.
The
it might be.
Smithsonian-
It
the
might be.
Smithsonian is real.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying the
The
exhibit,
actual
the actual exhibit. They just set it up for real because like fuck rebuilding.
They
This
keep
every time.
rebuilding.
Every
Yeah.
single time.
But the statue being there is interesting because Isaiah's history was, redacted essentially, right, from all
Completely,
government files and everything. So how?
Did Falcon get
Here,
it?
let's
Or,
just
I'm
do
sorry,
our
Captain
usual,
America. Captain America.
insane speculation bit here. How did Falcon, in the course of probably a day,
No, I think it's more
get
than
all
that.
this information out?
It's probably more than that.
It's like a week.
I just-
Sure,
my question
sure,
is,
but
why
still.
didn't he bring him to like the unveiling of it?
Because I
Yeah.
think Isaiah is technically dead.
I guess that's
So that's why, and I'm sure it's
says it there.
surprising that they didn't show it on the thing.
Because he also
Had
said
it
like he
birthed
wants
and
to
it's
stay
dead.
dead.
Yeah, he doesn't want.
So the
to
actor
be-
Carl Lumley, I put it in the DVD chapter listen, but excellent job in that scene. Like,
Great job.
just the emotions that he was able to portray just in
Did you
those
cry?
few seconds. I got a little emotional. I got a little teary eyed. I was like, wow.
It was the only part of the episode I felt anything
yeah.
besides Sam's speech.
Sam's speech in that.
Sam's speech was
Sam's
great, and
speech
then
was
Isaiah
like
Bradley,
Sam's
yeah.
speech was good, and like I thought Anthony Mackie did a great job for like. Unfortunately, that speech was great, but it was also like super heavy-handed because it kind of had to be because the show hadn't set up enough of telling enough of that story. Even though they did do some of it in episode 2, and that was my fear. Again, was like they were just gonna introduce it and then not do enough with it, and they kind of didn't, which is why you had to have such a like on the nose type of speech.
Yeah.
But he sold it.
I love, he called them out. I wish somebody would stand up to our senators like that.
Yeah, nobody will.
Well, it's on Twitter. It's all on Twitter.
Yeah, and Twitter's just a
Yeah,
vacuum
it is.
screaming.
Yeah, it's
though.
just-
Yeah, but
just
that's
yelling.
not standing up. That's just anonymous
I know.
bullying.
Let's get the vaccination.
You know
and then
what?
We can go.
have a
visit.
bunch of conventions hopefully happening this year, and I'm sure somebody will dress up as Captain America. When we find them, let's ask them to record. We'll record them.
Oh, wow.
Standing up to our government.
Oh
That'll be great.
my God.
Good Lord.
That's gonna go well.
That can't. Nothing can.
Nothing
wrong
could
can-
possibly go wrong.
Yeah.
3 days later.
Oh,
There,
man.
the Ramgopal brothers have ended up on the raft. Fun fact: the raft is not real.
Do you guys think we'll see any more of Isaiah in the MCU?
Well, in the comics, his grandson
Yeah.
becomes
the Young Avengers.
Young Avengers.
Yeah.
I kind of hope there is something there because it has kind of been set up where Sam is aware of Isaiah is aware of Sam, the grandson's aware as well, and it would be kind of cool, for Sam to. I mean, Sam's given a lot, right? He's been an Avenger. He's fought a lot, but it would be kind of cool to also see him take someone on and mentor them.
Yeah.
What if that's
Absolutely.
Captain America 4? He's like leading a Young Avengers,
That'd be
or he's
amazing.
leading like a new team. Like he becomes,
That honestly sounds like the most compelling plot for the next Captain America. I like that. It's taking the mantle of Captain America and training like the next generation to be.
I mean, because
activists,
if you think
so,
about it, like Earth doesn't have
many
many heroes left. If you think about it, like so many are like out of commission or
in space
dead or left, right, or in space,
or just absent
right.
when things are happening. Doctor Strange and Spider-Man.
But you would also hope, though, like as a citizen of Earth, right, living in this world,
Sure.
wouldn't you kind of be a little bit at ease that there isn't necessarily a huge fighting force? Because in
No.
theory,
What if
in
Thanos
theory, the
comes back?
worst of the worst is gone.
Happened. I'd be
Yeah.
I'd be freaking out. Like, what the fuck else
What
is
if
up
what
there?
if what if Thanos' brother Hanos comes? Like we don't
Oh,
have
Hanos?
Yeah.
Good old
hello,
Hanos.
I am Hanos.
Hanos.
He's like, hey, I'm cool, guys.
Or even worse.
I got
his-
a hat.
His whatever even worse, his more powerful nephew.
Which is?
Apocalypse. I'm trying to think of the dark side equivalent, and that would be Apocalypse in this world. I don't know.
Anyway, bold predictions.
Trying to
Let's
make, like, a
let's
step
go
up
through.
things.
Let's go through and tally up who was right, who was wrong, and who was just
I
plain
win. I
stupid.
I think
you
I'm
go
pretty
first.
sure I won.
won.
Christian for episode 6 had said that John Walker kills Carly with his stupid shield. Bucky will then kill John Walker and reactivate as the Winter Soldier. None of that happened.
What?
Carly
Carly
He
died.
did have a stupid shield.
And he had a stupid shield.
And it made a stupid noise.
And it dented.
Yeah, it dented very quickly.
How did he make it so symmetrical and perfect? Like, that did piss me off a little.
You got a compass.
Yeah.
But you think back to,
You
like...
can use the paper and then you make a circle and then
so
trim it.
He's supposed to be like an engineer or something?
He's a
He's got the
carpenter.
super soldier serum. It improves your eyesight and hand-eye coordination.
With a super soldier serum, you can do anything is possible.
Yeah.
Okay, I think
You
back
can
to, I
fly.
think back to Iron Man 1 and Tony Stark making his really chunky Iron Man
Chunky Iron Man.
chunky, Iron Man
Gray.
V1 suit, right?
Yeah.
And this is the smartest man on the planet who's a, genius and everything. And stupid old John Walker can make that in his basement?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
You know what, Arjuna? We're gonna do a little project. Once we
We'll
have
have
the
you
new
make a
place
shield.
set up,
It's going to be shitty like it should have been.
we're gonna make you. You're gonna make a shield out of metal.
It looked almost like the real shield. I'm like, wait, did they mess up and give him the actual shield to hold? Like, how did he make it look that good? That doesn't make sense.
Maybe he was great. Maybe he did really well in arts and crafts when he was
Yeah.
a kid. Jesus.
No, it should have been stupid.
So my episode 6 prediction was Carly's gonna end up in the raft and Zemo will kill her. That didn't happen,
No.
but Zemo did kill all the others, so
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
And my episodes.
And then Arjuna's was Team Captain America will form.
And we did for a second. There was they did, the three of them were hunting down Carly.
They were in a frame together.
They
Yeah,
were in a
that's
frame
true.
together, and we got the nod. So for about 5 minutes, we had a little team Captain America, but I'm not giving it to you.
Did
lost.
anyone? So one of the big things with this this season, right, was when we started, like, oh, is there going to be cameos, like big cameos? Are we going to see like the Luke Skywalker equivalent, that type of stuff? And again, similar to WandaVision, there was no real big there was no big cameos.
Julie
at all.
Louise Dreyfus was the cameo, right? It's a new character.
It's a new
big
character,
one.
but in terms of a returning character,
Yeah.
like a lot of people
No
thought
Steve.
the OG Cap, Steve Rogers, would
Yeah.
show
I'm
up.
kind of glad he didn't.
I'm
and
big
I
time
understand
glad.
why, because it would have distracted from Sam becoming Captain America. If you have the old Captain America show up, it's like, well, okay, we already did the literal scene of him handing in the shield. I don't know what else.
Let's just
He's
do
like,
it again.
I'll hand you the shield again, old son of boy.
Wow, he really aged in the.
Well, he's old.
yeah, but he didn't.
But he's on the moon.
Didn't sound
Yeah,
like
I
this.
love that. He's like, I was like, I'm Captain America, and that guy in the GRC building was like, I thought you were on the moon.
Yeah. Also, what?
Do you also realize he's black?
Yeah.
and the other one's white? What the
I was
fuck?
like, do you not?
That's like you know what? Good for him.
Yeah,
He doesn't see
he
color.
doesn't see
Good
color.
for him.
Good
Good
for
for
him.
him.
Polite.
No.
Maybe he's blind. I don't know.
Well, it was dark, right? They had the red emergency lights on. I don't know.
It would have been funny if he was just like, you changed your suit. and you fly now. Like, just completely getting it wrong.
That would be
That'd be hilarious. Like, the most unobservant person in government. That guy.
So that's pretty terrible bold predictions on our part. Nobody was right.
Episode 6. You want to do the season?
Well, the season long one, Christian was right off the back where he had said Wakanda would show up.
Mouse
that
Star did not come
happened.
back.
Not this one.
I had said that U.S. Agent is the super serum dude from the Flag Smashers. That was wrong. Falcon throwing the shield around will be the epilogue, which I'm thankful that wasn't the case. So I'm glad that didn't happen. And then Arjuna said that Bucky will die, John Walker will die, and then Chris Evans will reappear as Old Man
Man,
Steve.
3 for 3. I'm amazing. That was my
Yeah.
foot.
Oh, that was weird. How about bold predictions for Captain America 4? Obviously, we have no idea when it's coming out. We will have to probably go back to this document or this taping to figure out what our predictions are.
49.
So, who does anyone have a crazy one?
No.
I've got one.
Go for it.
Stealing Arjuna's.
Oh, damn
Chris
it.
Evans will reappear as Old Man Steve.
Nice.
Old man Steve, hey, how you doing?
I was on the moon.
Like why did his voice age so
Because
dramatically?
I'm old.
Yeah.
Oh,
I hope he's
Tad,
crazy.
Tad, can I add to it?
Yeah.
Joe Biden will play
Yes.
the Old Man Steve
Nice,
Rogers.
nice.
America.
Joe Biden needs to lose some weight.
What?
Like old man Steve Rogers in Endgame.
Yeah.
Guy's like not eating enough cheeseburgers. Like he was.
Well, did they have
Meaty.
cheeseburgers
It's
back
like
in
they
the
put a
40s?
suit over, like
It's like he was
Chris
CGI'd
Evans.
or something. Yeah.
Exactly.
My bold prediction
Yeah, see yours, Christian.
is that
The Black Cat will be Sharon Carter.
I'm stealing Arjuna's. Sam will be training a new young Avengers team.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I think that I like that a lot because Captain America seems like Steve Rogers at least was like the de facto leader of the Avengers, right? Or at least he was the.
Well,
So-
Steve was
so-
always cleaning up Iron Man's mess.
Exactly. And that's what every Avengers movie is about. I like the idea of keeping the Captain America mantle as sort of the head of Earth's mightiest heroes.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see that, and I think they will.
Gina, do you want to steal one of our bold predictions?
You guys didn't give any.
You should just steal the Black Cat one.
No,
Go ahead.
why?
I'll give it to you.
My guess is Captain America 4 will be the Avengers team up for Phase 4. That will be like the Civil War. It will be like, and it's kind of like the next quote unquote Avengers movie.
Like mini Avengers.
Yeah, exactly. Or yeah, like I
A
mean,
prequel to the Avengers.
Civil War is a full on Avengers movie, right? Like
Yeah.
it's really I know it's Captain America, but it
And,
is a crap
and
ton.
Ragnarok is the
allegedly supposed
is
to be.
is the rest of the Avengers who weren't in Civil
yeah,
War,
yeah,
right?
exactly, right.
Like the two that weren't there.
So I think kind of similar, like their Thor: Love and Thunder has been kind of billed as like another big team up, right? Because like a lot of the Guardians are appearing, and you have a lot of like you have Natalie
All the
Portman.
aliens.
Yeah, you have a bunch of other characters. I think this like Captain America 4 will be the
Earth.
like,
So,
an Earth.
who do you
team up of some type.
So going off of that, then let's make a list real quick.
Of who we think.
I think you're gonna have Doctor Strange in there.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a Spider-Man in there.
Sure.
You're gonna have
Machine?
No, I don't think War Machine.
Okay, that's weird.
I don't think
See,
War
I
Machine.
think War Machine before Doctor Strange or Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're gonna have
Shang-Chi?
no Shang-Chi. I think you're gonna have a new Iron Man person in there.
Ironheart, because they're doing the Ironheart
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, I think that'll be in there. And then Miss Marvel. Yeah.
Not Captain Marvel.
No, Miss Marvel.
I think it's going to be a lot of the like young. I think as Christian stole my original bolt.
I came up with it myself.
It's going to be a lot of the young Avengers because you have like Kate Bishop coming into play in the new Hawkeye show. That Hawkeye will be training.
Oh, and the new Black Widow.
You have the new Black Widow. You have She-Hulk coming in. So it's like these kind of more grounded heroes, and that's what it seems like Sam and Bucky could potentially like train. On
And Sharon
planet.
Carter will be the villain.
Oh, God.
I think she will be the capsule to the villain. She'll be the lead-in to the villain.
Who's she calling, by the way, at the end?
She's just calling some random
She's calling. She's
weapons
calling the
person.
same person everyone calls in the MCU.
Nick Fury?
Probably a Skrull. Did anyone half expect to see a Skrull reveal
Yes.
in like an after credit scene? Because that seems to be like the new. Let's just throw a Skrull in here for
Secret
shits and giggles.
Invasion is going to be a thing, right?
Yeah,
is that
it's
show?
going to be.
That's supposed to be the big Phase 4 thing.
A Disney Plus show or movie.
So-
I don't know.
I don't know.
So when that whole thing was revealed, and they go back and redo all these shows, but they'll show us like who the Skrulls were, in every show, every property right now that's coming out
Well,
has secret Skrulls.
Zemo and Sharon would make sense because that would explain the differences in their characters.
Oh man!
But why would you replace Zemo? Like, if
I
you're a
don't know.
Skrull and you're invading, all he does is sit in a cell.
Sharon makes
Oh,
sense.
Sharon makes
a
complete
ton of
sense. Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe-
That would redeem what we saw.
That's how you.
That would
that's
change
how you-
everything.
That's how you write out inconsistent writing.
Yeah, that's true as well. It's a good way to get. But no, that would make so much sense
Right.
because otherwise it makes no sense. So
How do you explain the unexplainable? Introduce people that can.
that can be
Can change, yeah.
I mean, but it's not introduced.
that would be
That's always
cool.
been a thing.
That would be cool.
Interesting.
I think that's that should be your thing.
My second bold prediction:
Yeah.
Sharon Carter is a Skrull.
Yeah.
All right.
For,
Write that
for,
down.
for
That's a
Captain
good one.
America or just in general?
Just put it in general. See if that shows up. I'm sure it is. That's a
it didn't.
that's
definitely
a
did.
social clip right there. Shane Carter is a Skrull.
All right, kids. It is that time. Christian, you haven't started us off,
Oh, shit.
us off in a while.
Do you want me to ask them together?
Yes.
Okay. Ravi,
Ooh.
was episode 6 of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier good?
No.
Was the entire show good?
I'm very torn because, again, like I've been saying a number of times, what we saw with Sam Wilson's character with the Falcon, it was interesting. It was the most compelling thing. Unfortunately, it was such a small part
Yes.
of this entire
Plus.
show that it's like Can I say no except for the Sam
no.
parts? Okay, well then no, the entire show was not good.
Wow.
It's not something I would unfortunately revisit, which sucks.
You say that now. You said that about Ultron. And look what happened.
Ultron still sucks.
No, it doesn't.
It's pretty good.
It's a great.
Arjuna
Spider-Man
was
3 is a great movie.
episode
It
6 of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Good.
Yes, it was good at being bad.
Ooh.
So no, it was not good.
Nice.
It's a yes or no. No. That's
Wanted
fancy.
to confuse you.
You did.
Arjuna, was the entire show good?
I think similar to WandaVision for me, it was not good because
Wow.
I think there were elements like WandaVision of really great show and really interesting ideas, but I don't think they nailed it with the entire run of the show. I think this kind of reminds me of like phase 1 of Marvel, where they're just trying to figure out what the tone of these movies are, how they're building their universe, and I think it's kind of a similar thing with these Disney Plus shows and these TV shows, and I think they're still trying to figure out how do we do week over week? How do we do these shows? How do we make them exciting and entertaining and like good, right? Good quality, like good writing and good action, and they haven't figured out that mix yet, and this feels like it's a bit of a step back from WandaVision as well for me, which I guess makes sense, right? This was supposed to be the first show, so I would assume maybe the show was in pre-production before or whatever. I don't know exactly. But no, it was not good. But I do like some of the, like Ravi said, I do like the stuff they did with Sam, with Bucky, with Isaiah. If the show had been all about that, I think it would have been an infinitely better show.
Could have done it in 2 hours as well. Just make it a movie.
Could have made it a movie.
Could have just done your explanation in like 2 seconds as well.
No, that's silly.
Well, mine was as long as yours.
Yeah.
No, I timed it.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
I did.
How long was mine?
It was.
8
Ask Krisha the question. I'm trying to make this under an hour.
I'm gonna stall. So
Oh, you son of a bitch.
So, Krishna, did you think?
Time to filibuster.
Did you think?
Christian,
that-
what?
That the show
Yeah.
that we watched,
My
The
God.
whole show of the
The
episode.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode 6. Do you think that was good?
No. No, I don't.
Is nobody gonna say anything? Like say yes to any of these questions?
Yeah.
I'll
Said no, it was
lot
not
of-
good.
lots riding
And,
on this.
The reason is that it was just the CGI was dog shit. I can't even believe you didn't even bring that up.
Oh God, yeah, I did
Yeah,
bring
but
that
I
up,
mean,
did I?
the whole thing, the whole action sequence.
Yeah,
was
I think
just
it just
it
goes
was-
without
it was
saying.
I just
bad.
didn't feel like there was anything productive to say about it. Like, it was bad. Like,
Yeah.
it showed that it was a TV budget, and what I'm most disappointed with the action stuff, real quick was, we were sold, right? We were
Yeah.
told by Kevin Feige, this is movie quality stuff on Disney Plus.
From the
and,
1990s.
and
Yeah.
through 2 seasons, we have not gotten that, right? At least with the action sequences, we have not gotten movie quality action.
But could you argue though that when you say that phrase, I mean, Kevin Feige doesn't have to like be referencing what we saw with like Infinity War. He could honestly be trolling us to a degree, be like, "Yeah, fuckers, it's movie quality from like the first Iron Man." Well, even that has better action sequences than what we
Yes, it
saw.
does.
Wait, the first ever Captain America movie from like the 80s. That's what he was talking about.
Get out.
Then he succeeded. Then he was right.
And Christian, was the Falcon and Winter Soldier the show? Was it good?
It was. It was good for me.
Whoa, positive.
Obviously it had a lot of issues, but it didn't take away from my enjoyment of the show. I totally agree. I wish there had been more of Bucky and Sam. But what we did get was really, really entertaining. Episode 4, I thought episode 4 was the best episode of Marvel television that we've gotten so far. I thought it was better than anything in WandaVision. I never saw Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so I can't
That's
comment
not a
on
real
that.
thing.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been
So therefore, if it has my favorite episode, I like Zemo and John Walker, even if they felt a bit hedged in. So overall, for me, I thought most of it was good. Definitely some issues. I definitely agree. They're still trying to figure out their TV formula, but they'll get there. I'm confident in that.
They didn't.
Back to movies, everyone.
Could you imagine that? Oh, like imagine that for a second. Disney has invested so much energy, so much time into this Plus platform,
So many people.
and they were just like, "Fuck it, didn't work."
Yeah, they're like, you know what? It's all retcon.
It's like
Steve Ross, like Chris Evans is back as Captain America. It's like,
There's no chance because like despite our criticisms and people still disliking some of the stuff, like the numbers are still insane.
Yeah, of course. The numbers speak louder.
Still the best.
I mean, the
most
sad thing
watched
is,
show.
like, let's be honest. Let's say another 2-3 episodes drop in the next couple of weeks. We'd probably go watch it, right? Because we're
Yes.
dumb. Because we can't
We
stick.
are dumb.
We can't stick to disliking something and stay disliking it.
Yeah. And also,
so
even
stupid.
though you guys say you didn't dislike it. You said it wasn't good, but
Right.
you enjoyed.
It's still
some of it.
entertaining.
There's,
yeah.
yeah,
Enough of it.
There's elements that are good about it, and it's not like, oh, now I don't want to see Captain America 4. Like, the elements that I liked are what I now hope are going to be amplified and really focused in on.
What we've
in the
done,
movie.
what we've basically done for the writers and creators of Captain America 4 is we told them what we like.
Yeah.
So just listen to this
This podcast.
and then
And
do
nothing
that,
else.
And give us money.
and they don't have to give us money.
yeah, they do.
Just make a movie that I want to watch again.
At least
Hey,
name us
hey, Ravi.
name us producers.
Hey,
no,
Ravi.
I don't even want that.
Hey,
I just want a movie that I enjoy.
Hey, look at the time.
I know it went over. Fuck off.
Yes.
Fuck off. And with that, we are going to close out. Thank you so much for listening. You can find us as always on Twitter at Was It Good, on Instagram at Was It Good BTM. We live stream this podcast every Monday and Friday right here on YouTube. We have our website, wasitgood.info. Newsletter is coming shortly. And the next podcast is going to be this coming Monday, where we review the epic video game turned movie for the third, maybe fourth time, Mortal Kombat. And
That
with
was
that, you can
awful.
close this out. Goodbye.
Goodbye.